So this question says, what is the CPT code for a routine electrocardiogram, or ECG, which you may also see referred to as an EKG, with at least 12 leads and with interpretation and reporting? So as usual, we have 4 different CPT codes to choose from, but first let's briefly discuss an electrocardiogram. So again, electrocardiogram is either going to be abbreviated as ECG or EKG, and it's a non-invasive medical test that records the electrical activity of the heart in order to help diagnose and monitor a variety of different heart conditions. The 12 leads refers to the actual physical connections, the cables that are facilitating this test, as well as the view of the heart from an electrical perspective. And then the interpretation and reporting simply refers to that data is recorded, and then a medical professional will interpret and draw conclusions from that data and report it to the patient or another healthcare provider. So with that said, let's go through each of these codes one at a time to identify the correct CPT code. And we can start with B. B has the code 93005, which is not the correct code. And that's because this is the code for an ECG tracing only, without interpretation and recording, which of course is required in our question. So B is not the correct code. Then we have C, 93010, which is also not the correct code. And this is essentially the opposite of B. This is the code for an ECG interpretation and report only, but does not include the tracing. So for this reason, C is not correct. Then we have D, 93015, and once again, this is not the correct CPT code, because this is a code for cardiovascular stress test using ECG monitoring, which is different than what we have in our question here. Then, last but of course not least, we have A, 93000, which is our correct code. This is the correct answer. This is the code for a routine ECG with interpretation and reporting, and therefore A is the correct answer.